Oh, we're good? Oh. Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Edge's Facebook's page. #1 Facebook Live at 4 o'clock, Monday to Thursday. 3 to 5 things we didn't have time to talk about today. I am your host, Fred Kennedy, and I would like to thank our sponsor, Corey's Clothiers at 569 Danforth Avenue. If you'd like to look not just hot, but extra hot, go to Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue. Seriously, if you got to go to a summer wedding and you want to look better than the groom and make the bride be like, oh, I shouldn't have married this bag of garbage. I should have married that guy in his nice Roberto suit that he got for a great deal by the helpful staff at Corey's Clothiers. She's probably not going to do the last part, but she'll probably be like, oh, he looks okay. He looks better than the schlub he normally looks like. You can look better than the normal schlub you normally... Okay, I got to get into this. I got to just get into things. Okay, #1. I survived a terrorist attack. Yes, yesterday in the city, jaws on the ground, get them off because I didn't actually survive a terrorist attack at all. But what I'm doing is, like, there's a thing, like, okay, listen, there's a woman, you've seen the story on the news. She wore, like, the ISIS bandana, and she was at a Canadian Tire, and she was attacking the workers there with a golf club. Well, screaming various Allahu Akbar and pledging allegiance to ISIS and the leadership of ISIS and yada, yada, yada. She was arrested. They had her bail hearing, and she said she'd rather just stay in jail, and yada. She pledges allegiance to ISIS and all this nonsense. Now, the Canadian Tire that she was at attacking people with a golf club is very close to the Eglinton GO station, which I go through twice a day when taking the Lakeshore East line into work from beautiful sunny Ajax every day. And so in typical like YouTube social media fame, I am allowed to say that I survived a terrorist attack. Because, okay, have you ever seen those videos like, oh, I found out that I'm a quarter Jewish, so essentially I survived the Holocaust? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I didn't survive a terrorist attack. And you can't really say that a woman swinging a golf club around a Canadian Tire constitutes a terrorist attack. Maybe it does. Maybe that's the Canadian version of a terrorist attack. Because it's like, I was just thinking about this. They released the stats of the most dangerous and safest countries in the world. Canada's number 8, by the way. #1 is Iceland, then Denmark, and a few other countries, and then Canada were number 8. The United States is like number 103. And I'm just thinking, like, the United States probably got mad that there was more mass deaths in the UK last week than there was in the US, and now they're doing their best to catch up. There's already been like 3 so far this week. So it's like you look at all the things that go on in places like the United States, what's happening in parts of Europe and all that stuff right now, and then you look at our terror attack, a woman swinging a golf club at a Canadian Tire, and you're thinking, well, that's probably why we're in the top 10. That's the safest kind of terror attack you can have, I guess, these days. Do I need to move on? Is this touchy? Yeah, it's a bit cringy. Let's move on from this one. Okay, all right. Speaking of cringy, Apple. Yes, Apple Computers has got their new line of stuff. They had their big, like, Apple conference or whatever it is they do where they, like, you know how they have the E3s and all that stuff for all the electronic goods. This is just Apple. It's like the Apple Expo. And they're unveiling all the new Apple products. And in the new line of Apple phones, there's going to be a setting in the phones where you can turn it on and then it won't give you notifications while you're driving. And the way that's going to work is it's basically, you know, when you're walking along and you're using your little GPS on your phone, it's going to track how fast you're going and how fast you're moving and all that stuff. And then it's going to determine inside of its little Computertron 5000 that you're actually inside of a car. Now, this isn't anything new. There's actually insurance companies. I don't know if Geico does this for their insurance. I know mine does, but I don't actually know the name of my insurance company. But the insurance company had an option. They told us that I could download an app, and it would determine what type of driver I am based on how fast I go, how accelerate, decelerate, all that stuff. And then they could determine that they would lower my insurance premiums every month. That's the thing, man. It's just they're tracking you. That's all they're doing is they're just tracking you. They're literally going, do you want us to put a tracking device in your vehicle? You could save $5 a month on your insurance. Oh, $5 a month. That's amazing.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
I want to know what kind of driver you
That's the thing. I don't want you to know how good of a driver I am. Because people always talk about, like, we talk about Big Brother's watching your privacy rights, privacy issues. Apple's like having a setting, it's for your safety. You just turn this on and it won't notify you while you're driving. It's for you to be safe. And you're like, okay, it's for me to be safe. Do you think that they're just going to sit on that information? No, they sell that information. That's what they do. Basically, they can take a look at like a person between the ages of this and this gender, this social income, da-da-da-da-da. They drive this route all the time. And then they sell that to ad companies, and then they take a look at where they're going to be putting billboards and all that stuff. It's the same with the auto insurance. Do you think they're just going to sit on that information? No. We talk about Big Brother. We talk about security and privacy issues and all that. But we're all just so eager to post every little aspect of our lives all the time on social media. We don't need Big Brother. We're excited to give away all of our privacy. I got a bunch of likes. I got fake internet currency for it. You gave your privacy for thumbs up symbols. That's what you sold your privacy for. Not just thumbs up symbols. I also got some hearts and an angry face when something bad happened to me. That's what happened. We don't need Big Brother. We've got phones for that. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bedbug right here. I was reading about a man in Augusta City in Maine. Now, bedbugs is a problem. Bedbugs is a problem for people to travel and they go to hotels and all that stuff. There's all kinds of problems with bedbugs. It's getting to be a big deal. And even in Toronto, there's a lot of condo buildings that are having issues with bedbugs. My good friend Mel Mariani had bedbugs in her apartment, and it wasn't because of her. It was because of another condo on the same floor, and it spread to all the other rooms. So this guy in Augusta City in Maine, he was living in a condo, and his neighbor across the hall got bedbugs. They infested the entire apartment building, and he's tried to move into other apartment buildings since then, and he can't get in, even though he's gotten rid of all of his stuff. It shows on his renter's report that he's had bedbugs. And then he went to the city hall to try and get something done about it so that he could, like, move to a new place, or they would pay to fumigate all the stuff that he owns. And city hall said no. So what did he do? He took out a cup of 100 bedbugs and he dumped them in city hall. City hall got infested with bedbugs and they had to shut it down for a week, and he went to jail. That man is a hero. He is standing up for victims of bedbugs everywhere. He wasn't the problem. He wasn't the problem. The city put in all these like things to help people out that are victims of bedbugs, and they did nothing. So he is the Dark Knight. He's Batman, standing up for the little guy. Except for Batman's really just like a rich white guy who beats up people with mental problems that are poor. So he's not really like Batman, but he's kind of like Batman, just with bugs. Moving on. Nutella. Now, I love Nutella. Don't eat it every day. You know why? Because it's half sugar. And you know how I know it's half sugar? They posted an image of exactly what goes in to a jar of Nutella, and it has made people very upset. See, this is the thing. They're like, oh my God, it's almost half sugar, because it is almost half sugar. There's also palm oil in there, hazelnuts, cocoa, skim milk powder, and that's it. There you go. That's what it looks like. People seeing what it's made of become very upset, and there's actually people that are saying they're never going to eat Nutella again. What did you think was in it? What did you really think was in Nutella? This is a great rule. Sometimes you just don't want to know. Sometimes it's good to have, see, this goes back to the privacy thing. Sometimes it's good to have secrets. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like your room. Like sometimes your bedroom is messy. You don't want everyone to see your bedroom is messy. Maybe you're a good person, but you've got a really, maybe you're a good person, but you don't change your underwear. How about that? You don't change your underwear. That's your dark, dirty little secret. You're a great person, but you don't change your underwear. You don't want everyone to see your dirty underwear. You don't want everyone to see what your Nutella is made of, because sometimes the truth hurts. It's good to have secrets. That's why I'll never go into politics, because I know that once I go into politics, every tiny little thing that I ever did in my entire life will be exposed. My messy bedroom will be out there for the world to see. True story. You know what? Why don't I just let the cat out of the bag? Listen to this. When I was in the first grade, I pooped outside. I did. I pooped outside right by the playground because I really had to go, and I was having fun on the swings. I almost pooped my pants, but I got off. I ran over by the bushes, not in the bushes, by the bushes, and I pooped on the floor, the ground, outside. and I didn't wipe my bum because I didn't have toilet paper. Went back into school. Did I get railroad tracks in my underwear? Probably. I don't know. It was 1984. I can't be expected to keep track of all of the details. Just telling you, I pooped outside. There you go, Rick Campanelli in Entertainment Tonight. There's your scoop. Tonight's top story. Fred Kennedy pooped outside at Shabukto Heights Elementary School in 1984. Moving on. All right, let's talk about radio transmissions, okay? Back in 1977, a radio telescope pointed at the Sagittarius star constellation detected a massive burst of radio waves. To this day, they've always wondered what that was because it was long, and it was sustained, and it was rhythmic, and it had a pattern. And they've done all kinds of surveying of all kinds of different star systems, and they've never seen anything quite like that. Well, could it have been an alien? Odds are, no, it wasn't. Oh, I have to kind of let the cat out of the bag with that picture. I gotta go back. So, odds are, no, it wasn't, because there was a Russian astrophysicist who had a theory that it was actually a comet that has been known to frequent that area. Doing mathematical calculations, he figured out that that comet was in that particular area at that time. 2 weeks ago, pointed this radio satellite, telescope, whatever it is, at that same spot where that asteroid should be, or comet. Boom! Same signal, same tones, same everything. Not aliens at all, especially not xenomorphs, which is good because they would wipe us out, man. They would wipe us out. Done. It's actually because this comet was full of hydrogen gas, and it was burning at a specific rate and degrading and all that stuff, creating the signal. But maybe, what if there are aliens and they just disguise their signal as a comet? Because we're like the white trash planet. We're the trash planet. They know we're here, and they know we're gross. It's like sometimes there's always like a street or a house in your neighborhood, and you know there's people there, but when you roll by their house, you're always like, ugh. We had the trash house on our street as well. Like, they always had, their lawn was covered in dandelions. There was always weeds everywhere. The landscaping was never done. And I'm not saying you need to, like, landscape and put in a fountain or anything, but their house looked like garbage all the time. But, oh, man, did they have a loud stereo system in that stupid Pontiac car they had in the front lawn. Like, an every day drive past. They were the trash house. We are the trash planet. Because I'll be honest, if I was, like, super advanced and really powerful, and I came by this planet, and they've got, like, the stuff that goes on this planet, the only reason I would come here would be for tacos. That'd be it.
Why do we always think aliens are super advanced?
How else are they going to get here? What are they going? They're not going to just take a paddle boat?
Maybe they're invisible and they're really close to us.
No, where? That's a good idea. It's possible. Maybe they are, but if they're close to us, then they know how trashy we are. I wouldn't come. Anyways, let's bring it up a little bit here. Finish on a high note. I've got a DeWalt prize pack to give away. If you can, what do we got here? Just give me a call, 416-870-EDGE. First person through to yell Xenomorph over the phone, you get that prize packet from DeWalt. I'll see you, I guess, no, I'm not even back. I'm not going to see you again until Friday for the beer break at 5 o'clock. We're going to have a special beer break at 5 o'clock, by the way. Fat Bastard Burrito going to stop by. We're going to have burritos, and we're going to have beer that's good to drink with burritos. With my buddy Chris Schreier. So there. Done.